Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Lukey Pooky, back from the dead finally, having just finished my finals the other day, and it looks like the Pyro update is coming pretty soon, which is quite exciting. If you haven't seen, Valve published a blog post where they went over several weapon balance changes that they have in mind, and in this video, I'd like to talk about the changes that are going to be happening specifically to Scout's arsenal. Sadly for Scouts, a majority of these changes are nerfs, so let's just tackle this stuff head on, starting with the Sandman. With the Sandman, Valve's consensus is the stunning mechanic isn't good since it's cheap and annoying, so the major thing they want to do is allow stun players to still fire their weapons, and instead only have their movement speed slowed down, if I'm understanding their phrasing here. As I expressed in my Sandman video, I too think the Sandman is cheap and annoying, although I did say in the video that it shouldn't be changed and should instead just remain banned in competitive play, since the thing is super iconic to TF2 and I didn't think it's too overpowered for casual play. But despite my opinion in the past, it's clear now that the competitive community and Valve want to bring TF2 to the point where no weapons have to be banned in competitive play. So it's inevitable that the Sandman is going to be nerfed to the jeers and cheers of the community. After playing around with the thing today and being reminded of how annoying and cheap the thing can be, I think this nerf will be for the best, although it'll make me sad to see the end of the era of annoying Sandman pub scouts. Said no one ever, other than those who use the thing. Nevertheless, be sure to have your last moments with today's Sandman, and also have your last moments with today's Flying Guillotine, because they also plan on nerfing that thing as well. They want to completely remove the crit and mini crit bonuses that the thing currently has, and strangely enough, they didn't suggest buffing its base damage, so I don't know if they think the thing's fine doing nothing more than 50 damage or what. They want to replace the mini crits the thing does at long range with a recharge reduction of 1.5 seconds, but goddamn, the thing's going to be god awful if it does no more than 50 damage period. I'm hoping they plan on making the thing do extra damage in another way, and they just didn't mention that in the blog post, otherwise this nerf is going to completely destroy the weapon. The Atomizer, also having found itself on this list of weapons that are going to be nerfed, came as absolutely no surprise to me, since this thing has been banned in 6s for the longest time. Having a third jump as Scout available when fighting soldiers and demos is quite problematic in the eyes of many, and Valve finally caught onto this and wished to do something about it. Looking back, I said in my Atomizer video that I thought the Atomizer was fine in pubs while being overpowered for 6s due to the damage on triple jump mattering much more in casual where you don't have consistent heals. In 6s where you're probably buffed to 180 health at most times ideally, the 10 damage taken from triple jumping is absolutely minuscule and unnoticeable, so the extra airborne mobility against soldiers and demos at basically no risk is just unfair. I think that having triple jump only available when the thing is deployed, as Valve has suggested, kind of interferes with what the winger does, so in my opinion, I feel like they should go a different route with the nerf. One idea is making the Scout take mini crit damage while airborne from a double jump, and then making Scout take full critical damage while airborne from a triple jump. Also, just adding more explosive damage taken on wearer might help balance the thing as well. If nerfs of this fashion aren't able to balance the thing, I guess Valve's suggestion might work pretty well maybe as an alternative to the winger if it's balanced right. I'd like to hear what you guys think on this issue, with both 6s and casual play considered. I'm very happy to see critical on the list of things being nerfed because I think this weapon is just straight up overpowered and stupid right now. Taking away the speed bonus on drink is a must in my opinion, so I'm really glad they want to do that. Interestingly, they basically want to revert the thing to what it originally was way back when it was first added, only difference being you'll be marked for death every time you fire your weapon, versus being marked for death for the entire time like before, or for a short period after its effects wear off like now. I can get behind what they're going for here pretty well, and I really look forward to this nerf. With Bonk Atomic Punch, Valve along with competitive players are upset over how it doesn't really have a direct penalty other than it taking away Scout's pistol, in addition to how it doesn't really take skill to use. They've suggested slowing down Scout's speed after its effects wear off from -25% to -65% depending on damage absorbed, in addition to slowing down the duration from 8 to 5 seconds. Although I wouldn't say that Bonk Atomic Punch is blatantly overpowered and ridiculous like Criticola, I see the points of nerfing it and understand why it should happen. I must say though, I'd like it if they also made drinking Bonk Atomic Punch take longer as well, so that Scouts would no longer be able to escape a fight fight by drinking it quickly and then running away, because doing so is quite unfair and annoying in my opinion. Now there's actually one scout weapon they've listed that isn't getting nerfed and is instead getting buffed, and that weapon is the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol. The Pretty Boy's pocket pistol has just been god awful ever since its repurpose, and luckily Valve have finally recognized this. They want to increase the health gain per shot up to 7 rather than 5, and they're planning on giving it a plus 15% firing speed bonus in place of its current minus 25% firing speed penalty. They also want to take away the plus 25% damage on wearer while deployed penalty, and thank God for that because this penalty is just so unnecessary. It's mentioned in the blog post that the thing's no fall damage attribute isn't very valuable for Scout, although it's not directly stated if this attribute will be removed from the weapon. Part of me was hesitant to like these ideas because of the idea of the pocket pistol clashing with Mad Milk and the healing mechanics of that secondary, but after playing around with the pocket pistol for a while, I think these changes will be really awesome and fun. Taking the clip size down to 9 shots though, I must say seems to me like it might not be an adequate enough penalty, although I guess we'll just have to wait and see what it's like in game. So those are all of Valve's Scout suggestions in their blog post as of today. I'm really glad to see Valve showing us what they plan on doing rather than just slapping us in the face with a huge update, although I must say, I really wish they would bring back the TF2 beta build where we could test weapons before. I remember them doing this with the Equalizer back when they were nerfing that weapon, and it worked out really well. I don't know why they don't just go back to doing that again. I also wish they would just bring small individual balance changes to the game as they recognize problems with weapons, rather than waiting several months to compile a bunch of patches into one big update. I'd imagine they do what they do now since it brings back old players who maybe are attracted enough to the quantity of rebalances to come back and play the game once again to check things out. I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to change more of Scout's weapons, specifically the shortstop and possibly the soda popper as well. The shortstop is easily Scout's worst scattergun right now, and the soda popper has been banned by competitive leagues, so if Valve do actually want all weapons to be unbanned, they're probably going to have to nerf this thing. On that topic, I have a video on the soda popper in the works, so if you're interested in that and you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. It'll most likely be out in the next couple of days. I want to apologize for my 3-week hiatus. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I was focused on my finals and had no time or energy for making videos, but now I have way too much goddamn time and way too much energy for making videos, so expect content coming out very, very frequently very soon. I'm probably not going to upload daily per se like I did last summer, but once I get back into the rhythm of things, I'm hoping that I can upload multiple videos a week. With all that being said, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day or night, and peace out.
Hey, yeah. 1, 2, 3. What the? I could have sworn I had.